A late night, around 1, I feel my body shaking. It is my ex who shakes me around, scared and stressed. We hear it again, footsteps in the attic. I tell him to ignore it and go back to bed. Strange, you might say, but I was used to it. All my childhood, strange things happen around me. So, so for me, a couple of creepy footsteps on the attic was nothing. But for my ex, it was everything. He always stood up screaming up to the attic that they didn't exist, that he could not hear a thing. But if they did exist, to show themselves to prove him wrong. This was my daily life with him. A skeptic, a dumb one. I never cared if people did not believe in spirits, but I had gone through too much to not believe. But I also showed respect, so I always left them alone. So to go back to bed was normal for me. This night was a night I would never forget thanks to him. Around 2 in the night, he once again shook me awake. Wake up, darling, the attic trapdoor open. I look up, and to my horror, it was open a tiny bit. You could see the dark lines from the small opening. I looked at him, asking him what he had done. He told me he had told them that he do not believe, and then it happened. It opened. A small thud heard on the bedroom floor. I froze, knowing that whatever was up there was now down here with us. The room was so cold I shivered. Now he panicked, grabbing my arm, almost crying. The lamps turned off. I rushed up from my bed, turning them on again. I was feeling watched, a shiver running down my spine. The lamp turned off again, with me standing right next to the bottom. I turn it on again. I want to know what's going on around me. But after a while, I give up, because when I turned it on, it just turned off again. I go back to bed, tucked myself in, and told him to do the same. But he was too scared. He refused to move. Suddenly, I feel a pressure on my foot. Annoyed, I sat up, believing it was him. But he had not moved, but I could feel it, like something crawling up my leg. My heart and pulse was beating so fast I thought I would faint. I tried to stay calm, and after a while it stopped. Everything turned to normal temperature, and my ex looked at me. He pointed at the bed. It was on the bed, he said. I was now yelling at him, annoyed for his stupidity. Now it was angry. Now the peace was over. Not many days after, I was alone at home. I was tired of the school and I fell asleep on the couch. Not long after, I woke up. It was already dark outside. I slept too long, I was thinking. But my ex was still not home. My cat was waking me up, standing on my belly with his hair standing straight up and his back hissing at something. He was extremely angry, standing on me like he marked his territory. But after a while he jumped down and ran away in fear. Then it happened. I could not move. My chest had a pressure on it so heavy I could not breathe. I panicked inside but could not move. Before I felt like I was going to faint, it stopped. I sat up crying with my cat in my arms. I ran out of the apartment, sitting outside still holding him, thanking him for being there for me. My ex came home the day after, but didn't seem to care that I had to deal what I had to deal with. We did not last very long together, and I will never forget what happened to me.